you refuse to yield to the truth, then we're going to just have to go all the way to mass death. And then hell. What is hell? Hell is this eternal worlds of death and pain and sickness and, more or less like what we have here.
Okay, we're going to go on break, and we're going to be right back in about a minute.
Good.
This is the Reality Radio Network on Telstar 5 Transponder 5 and on the internet at realityradionetwork.com.
Do you know where the 78 potentially active volcanoes in U.S. are located? And do you know the locations of the top 300 prime terrorist targets? You can find these answers and more in the new interactive CD book, Prudent Places USA. With the more than 50 interactive parameters, you can pinpoint natural and man-made disaster areas, brewing environmental catastrophes, the safest cities, the best places for solar and wind energy, and much, much more. Complete with 3 gigabytes of detailed information on each of 3,000-plus counties in the U.S., including 550 high-resolution full-color maps and full-color photographs, as well as detailed information and analysis to help you zero in on the best places to live, the ideal location for cabins and vacation homes, as well as safe and unsafe areas. Get Prudent Places USA for only $29 plus shipping by calling New Millennium at 888-803-4438. That's 888-803-4438 to order on the web or at berkeywater.com.
And now, once again, back to Sherry Shriner Live.
Berkey, finally.
You're back, Sherry. Hello, Sherry.
All right, welcome back to the show, folks. I'm Sherry Shriner with Pastor Harry, and tonight our guest is Zeph Daniel, and we're talking about Satanism in America. Welcome back, Zeph.
Thanks, Sherry and Harry. Great to be here. And by the way, even though we're talking about just a horrid subject, I just want to say that you two sound really good together. And I just love that New York. Sorry, Harry. I love the New York accent. I mean, it's...
yeah, people tell me that. I'm actually from Philadelphia, but everybody I talk to says I sound like I'm from New York, so...
You do? Well, now I hear the Philly thing a little bit, but I like it. It adds... you two sound good together, the energy that you got.
Well, thank you. I think it gives a little bit more to the show.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Do you say Jersey or Jersey, Harry?
I say Jersey.
Jersey, okay. You're not a
I had a
Philly.
I had a Philly steak sandwich today.
I always say yo, hey, yo.
Yo.
Yo, yo.
That's me and Zeph's lingo. Yo, yo.
Yo, hey, yo, 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 yo.
Let me ask you a question. I thought about this sometime, and some people write to me sometime an email, and it's something I want to ask you. Can people that practice Satanism, that are deep into this, actually say summon a demon and send it to attack you?
That is textbook 101. That's the first thing a child learns, is how to send demons. But they don't call them demons. They call them angels.
So they can do that, right? To what they look as their enemies, they can send a spirit to try to destroy your life, right?
You're talking about my life. I have to deal with these things all day long. It's like Grand Central Station.
Real quickly, one time, you go in different chat rooms. I was in an AOL chat room last year, and some person said they were Satanists, and they were making threats to me that something's going to happen and all this, and I just said, yeah, right, sure. And then about a few days later, up in my bedroom, my dog would look at the corner, and he would growl and snarl.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything, but he'd be growling and snarling. It was like something he's seeing. And then my wife felt like she was having trouble breathing, and it just sometimes this is happening in your life, and you don't think, like you're just watching it happen, and then all of a sudden something clicks in to pray. Yeah. And when I prayed, I cast this thing out, and it did stop. And I was wondering if that's what that person was talking about.
Well, they can send demons like that, or sometimes it comes in the form of just messing with your mind, like your thoughts are scrambled, or you have a certain desire to go do something that's not normal for you to do.
Yeah, kill yourself, commit suicide.
It gets really wild, Harry. It's like this: you get this urge to go to a certain road and drive it. Down on that road, people are waiting there to kill you. Okay, so that was sent in the air, and then, or you fly somewhere, or something happens and a job offer comes in. When you go to the job, it's a setup. what they're doing is, yes, they'll pay you and it looks like a real job, but what it really is they're looking to, what they want to do is feed off you, and then they want to degrade you, and then they want to sacrifice you in that order.
And they think that gets them a higher ranking, right?
It does. They chalk it up. Every time I've gone on the Coast to Coast show, I have an assassin come after me. The latest one was some punk kid that wouldn't even, was trying to get me alone in a room somewhere in, here in New Mexico. And he was just desperate to talk to me after that show. Desperate to talk to me. The time before that was a handler, controller, who their job is to try to get you reconnected to the system. But what you have to understand is, or in my case, connected. I've never been connected to any system. But if you're not connected, if you're a virgin to the world system, you've never been connected to it, you've never been initiated into Satanism, and you're an adult person, you are a very big prize to them. And they consider you property, and they consider what you're doing by not conforming to their way. They consider you to be an outlaw. An outlaw.
An outlaw.
They consider you to be someone worth hunting, and if they kill you, they cheer, yeah, all right. And they cover it up. How? Because the network, the society.
Let's talk about how in-depth it is with our society today, even to the grassroots level, all the way to the top. Is every community targeted to have a satanic plant in it?
Every community has these people in it. They control the community, and this is the deep, dark secret of our world. And what do they, and that's why people sell out into it. They go, well, how can I have a life? How can I be a winner if I don't, I got to figure out the way the world is, and then I got to figure out a place to join. But, hey, some people they don't want, Sherry. How about that? Some people that are rejects. People like lambs, they don't want you. They might say, well, come on in, and you'll be one of us, and then you'll have access. What it'll be is a trick to get you in and then kill you.
Because they can sense who's of the Lord and who isn't, right?
They know you. I don't care where you go. If you're one of us, they know you.
Yeah, they know who you are.
And
you just like have a 10-foot beam of light around you or something.
Haven't you ever gone into a public place or a store somewhere and you felt really weird and you felt like people were looking at you and there were people kind of making disturbances and you felt weird in your mind and you had to get out of there, and then another day you go there and it'll be fine. There are attacks like that are going on constantly because it's being orchestrated, by beings you don't see from, who are out ahead of us, who have us coming and going. They see where all the pieces on the board are moving, and it's only Yahweh that limits them,
What would you think they think of this show, Zeph?
This collision course that we're on with the Satanists, man, it's the most exciting thing going.
Amen.
I mean, I don't know, I just wonder, like, even if we get killed, that's all right. But I have a feeling this is like a big game of chicken we're involved in right now. It's not just you, and it's you and me and Sherry and it doesn't take many of us,
But they don't like to be exposed. That's what Sherry was talking about last week. They don't like to be exposed.
Well, they don't like it when the guy at the 7-Eleven is one of them, that he sold out for, $5 an hour or whatever. They don't like you knowing that it's system-wide, that the guy at the gas station, he's going to go ahead and hide the body for you that you've got in the trunk. It's all understood. They don't want you to see that deeply into it.
Yeah, and they have their people all over the place. They own funeral homes where you'll never, never find a body.
Have you ever talked to Jane Whiting, Sherry?
No, I haven't.
So if she ever does interviews again, I mean, she's kind of has been going through her personal, illnesses, and she's much better now. But she is the probably the ultimate resource on this topic that exists in the world today. She's like a walking encyclopedia on it, and she'll tell you exactly what kind of sacrifice they're getting ready for coming up here in the solstice, whether it's calling for dismemberment, rape, sodomy, whatever, in what order, whether it's babies, children, or adults, and because they have conformity on these rituals, and oftentimes they'll use churches or places of God to defile.
Yeah, I think one of the things that